It's a rainy afternoon when Zohran Mamdani walks down the familiar streets of his old neighborhood. His footsteps echo on the damp sidewalk as he approaches the park, a place that once bustled with laughter, games, and the joy of childhood. But as he steps through the gates, the sight before him is jarring. The swings hang still, their chains rusted and unwelcoming. The once vibrant green grass is now overgrown, with patches of dirt peeking through where kids once ran free. The benches, which used to be filled with parents watching their children play, are cracked and abandoned. The trees, which once provided shelter from the summer heat, now seem lifeless, their leaves few and far between. As Zohran walks deeper into the park, a group of elderly people sit on one of the benches. Their faces are filled with a quiet sadness, as if the park's deterioration is a reflection of the world around them. "It's not what it used to be," one of them says, her voice heavy with nostalgia. "We used to bring our kids here, our grandchildren. Now, it's nothing but a shadow of itself." Zohran stops, his heart sinking. The park that once held so many memories for him now lies forgotten. He had played here as a child, spent countless hours running between the trees, the swings, and the slides, and now it's as if those memories were being erased, piece by piece. His mind races with questions. How did it come to this? What happened to the place that once brought so much joy? And why hasn't anyone done anything about it? He looks around, wondering if there's still hope for this place, for the people who used to call it home. Could he be the one to bring it back to life? Could he rally the community to restore the park and reclaim what had been lost? But how? Where would he even start? With a deep breath, Zohran stands tall, determination filling his chest. This park, this place of memories, wasn't beyond repair. It wasn't too late. And he would do whatever it took to make sure it was brought back to life. Not just for the people who used to sit here, but for the future generations who deserved to experience its beauty. Maybe it's time we fix the past and make the future better, he thinks to himself. As the rain starts to pour harder, Zohran's resolve solidifies. It's not just about fixing the park, it's about standing up for what matters, for what can be saved. But what will happen next? Can Zohran really make a difference? Will the people in power listen to his plea? Will the community come together? Let's see. The rain continues to fall, turning the once dry paths into muddy trails. But Zohran doesn't let the weather deter him. The park is his childhood, a symbol of everything that shaped him, and he's determined to bring it back. He can hear the elderly voices in his head, echoing their words. It's not what it used to be. He can't just let this place fade into nothingness. Zohran looks up at the sky, his mind already racing with plans. He knows that revitalizing this park won't be easy. He needs help from the community, from the people who know the importance of this park. He can't do this alone. And he knows that the park's problems go beyond just its physical state. It's about the heart of the neighborhood. The first thing Zohran does is visit the local community center, a place that has always been a central hub for the neighborhood. Inside, he finds familiar faces, the same people he'd seen growing up. There's Mrs. Hernandez, who used to run the summer camp for kids, Mr. Lopez, the retired teacher who has lived in the neighborhood for decades, and countless others who remember the park in its prime. They all listen intently as Zohran lays out his vision. We have a chance to bring the park back to life, not just for us, but for the future. It won't be easy, but we can make it happen. We have to restore what was lost, for our kids, for our community, Zohran says with conviction. There's a pause as the room takes in his words. Then, one by one, the people around the table nod. Mrs. Hernandez speaks up first. "You're right, Zohran. This park is a part of us. It's where we learn to play, to dream. We can't let it die." Mr. Lopez adds, "The park isn't just about trees and swings. It's about community. It's the place where we gathered, where our families grew. If we want to bring this neighborhood back to life, the park is where we start." Zohran's heart swells with pride. He can feel the energy shift in the room. This is more than just a simple restoration. This is a fight for the future of their neighborhood, a fight to revive the soul of their community. "We need volunteers," Zohran says, his voice firm. "People who care about this place as much as we do. We'll organize cleanup events, we'll petition the city for funding, and we'll make sure everyone knows that the people of this neighborhood won't stand by while our park falls apart." The group is energized, and they quickly begin to make plans. Flyers are printed, social media campaigns are launched, and word spreads throughout the neighborhood. It's clear that Zohran's vision is resonating. People are talking about the park, and they're starting to care again. Within days, the community is buzzing. Volunteers show up in droves, bringing with them tools, trash bags, and a renewed sense of hope. Zohran leads the charge, walking up to groups of people, shaking hands, and thanking them for their help. The park, once abandoned, is now alive with activity. People are cleaning the benches, trimming the overgrown grass, and picking up the trash that has accumulated over the years. Children are running through the grass, laughing as they help pick up leaves and debris. For Zohran, it's a sight he thought he'd never see again. It's a symbol of hope, a glimpse of what can happen when a community comes together with a shared purpose. But there's still so much more to do. As the work progresses, Zohran keeps his eyes on the bigger picture, securing funding from the city for a full renovation. He knows that the city council holds the key to the park's future, and he's not about to let them forget what this park means to the people. The pressure mounts as Zohran prepares to present his case to the city council. He organizes a meeting, inviting community members to speak about what the park has meant to them, to share their memories, and to show the council just how important this park is to the neighborhood. The night of the council meeting arrives, and Zohran walks into the room with a calm determination. The council members sit at their long table, some of them looking disinterested, others scrolling through their phones. But Zohran doesn't let that deter him. He steps up to the podium, his voice clear and strong. "Council members, I stand before you today on behalf of the people of this neighborhood, people who have watched this park fall into disrepair, but who refuse to let it disappear completely. This park is more than just land. It's a piece of our history, our identity. It's where we played, where we laughed, where we grew, and it's where we still gather today." He pauses, looking out at the room, feeling the weight of his words. This park isn't just a space, it's a symbol of our community, and we ask you to invest in our future by investing in our park. The room goes silent as Zohran finishes speaking. He knows the battle isn't over yet. The council members exchange looks, some skeptical, others moved by his words. But Zohran doesn't back down. He remains calm, confident, and resolute. He's fought for this neighborhood before, and he will fight for it again. But will the city listen? Will they see the value in restoring something that has been neglected for so long? It all comes down to this moment. Zohran's eyes meet the eyes of the council, and he knows that the future of the park and the community rests in their hands. As the council members begin to deliberate, Zohran can't help but wonder, will they truly understand what this park means to the people who live here? Or will it continue to fall into oblivion? The decision is still out there, hanging in the air, and Zohran can only hope that the people's voices will be heard. The following days are filled with uncertainty. Zohran waits anxiously for the city council's decision, knowing that this is more than just about a park. It's about the very future of his community. He had made the case. He had gathered the people, organized the cleanups, and shown the city that this park was more than just an old, forgotten space. It was a place where memories were made, where lives were shaped, and where the community came together. But now, he had to wait. The rain has stopped, and the sun breaks through the clouds, casting a warm light over the neighborhood. The park, still in the midst of its renovation, looks better than it did weeks ago. The trash is gone, the benches have been repaired, and the pathways are slowly becoming walkable again. But Zohran knows that this is just the beginning. Without the city's support, it will never become what it once was. He spends his days walking through the park, speaking with the volunteers who have continued to show up, even when the work was hard and the progress slow. They've been with him every step of the way, and now they're all waiting for the same thing, a sign that their hard work hasn't been in vain. Then the phone call comes. Zohran's heart races as he picks up the receiver. "Zohran," the voice on the other end says, "the city council has made their decision." Zohran takes a deep breath, his mind racing with thoughts of what could be. Will they approve the funding? Will the park be saved? "We've listened to the community, Zohran," the voice continues. "We've seen the work that's been done, the passion behind it, and we agree that this park is important. We are approving the renovation project and allocating the funds for the full restoration." A wave of relief washes over Zohran. The park will be saved. It will be renewed. Not just as a place for play and recreation, but as a symbol of what happens when a community comes together to fight for something that matters. Zohran can't help but smile as he hears the details of the plan. The renovations will include new playground equipment, restored walkways, improved lighting, and even a small community center for local events. The city will also be funding a beautification project to plant more trees, add flower beds, and create spaces for gatherings and performances. It's everything Zohran hoped for, and more. As the call ends, Zohran feels a deep sense of pride and accomplishment. The park has been given a second chance, but more than that, the community has been empowered. They've shown that when they come together, they can make real change happen. The next day, Zohran gathers the volunteers in the park, the air buzzing with excitement. Word has spread, and the news of the city's approval has ignited a new sense of energy in the community. People are talking about the future of the park, about how they can continue to keep it beautiful and active for years to come. Zohran stands before them, his eyes sweeping across the faces of the people who have worked so hard to bring this moment to fruition. "We did it," he says, his voice filled with emotion. "Together, we made this happen. And together, we'll make sure that this park, our park, will always be a place for the community to gather, to play, to grow." The crowd cheers, their faces lighting up with joy. They know this isn't the end, it's only the beginning. But they also know that Zohran has shown them what it means to fight for something that matters. But as the work continues and the park begins to take shape, Zohran is reminded of something important. This is more than just about fixing a park. It's about fixing the community, restoring the connections that have been broken over time. It's about showing people that they have the power to make a difference. And as the park begins to look like the place Zohran remembers from his childhood, he starts to see something else, a renewed sense of pride in the people around him. They've shown up for each other, and that's what makes a community strong. But there's still work to be done. The park is almost ready for its grand reopening, but Zohran knows that this fight is far from over. The real challenge will be ensuring that the park remains a place for everyone, that it stays beautiful, clean, and accessible for future generations. Zohran can already hear the voices of the community calling out to him. They want to make sure that the park isn't just something that happens once and fades away. They want it to be a lasting part of their lives, a place that continues to bring them together. And Zohran knows that he's not done yet. He's only just begun. But as he stands there, looking at the transformation before him, he can't help but smile. This fight, this journey, has shown him something important. The future of his neighborhood isn't just about fixing the past, it's about shaping the future, and he's ready to keep fighting for it. The day of the grand reopening of the park finally arrives. The air is thick with anticipation, the kind of excitement that comes from knowing something beautiful is about to unfold. Zohran arrives early, his heart racing as he takes in the sight of the newly renovated park. The swings have been replaced with modern, safe ones. The slides shine brightly in the sunlight, inviting children to run toward them. The paths are smooth, the benches freshly painted, and the trees, now fully blossomed, provide a cool, comforting shade. It's a transformation beyond anything Zohran could have imagined when he first walked into the park weeks ago. It's a testament to the power of community, to the idea that when people come together, they can achieve the impossible. As the volunteers begin to arrive, carrying balloons, banners, and refreshments, Zohran walks through the park, taking in the changes with a deep sense of pride. He sees the faces of people who believed in this project from the beginning, faces filled with joy, knowing that their hard work has paid off. And then, in the distance, he spots the elderly people who had been sitting on the park bench the day he first visited. They're here too, smiling as they take in the sight of the park's transformation. Zohran walks up to them, and one of them, a woman who had spoken so sadly about the state of the park, looks at him with tears in her eyes. "I never thought I'd see it like this again," she says softly. "It's beautiful." Zohran smiles, his heart swelling with emotion. "It's not just me, it's all of us. This park, this neighborhood, we've all made it happen." And in that moment, Zohran realizes something profound. The park isn't just a physical space, it's a symbol of what people can achieve when they work together. It's a reminder that change is possible, even when it feels like nothing can be done. The park now stands as a testament to the strength of the community, and Zohran knows that its restoration is just the beginning of what's to come. As the event begins, families and children flood the park, filling it with the energy that had been absent for so long. Laughter rings out from all directions. Children run through the newly planted flower beds, and the elderly people sit together on the benches, watching the younger generation play. Zohran stands at the center, watching the magic unfold before him, a quiet sense of triumph settling in his chest. This was the moment he had fought for. This was the reward for all the hours spent organizing, petitioning, and advocating. This park, this place that had once been abandoned, had now come alive again, thanks to the unwavering commitment of a community that refused to let it fade away. And as the sun begins to set, casting a warm, golden glow over the park, Zohran stands by the large oak tree near the playground, watching the people around him. He thinks about everything that led him to this point. The elderly people's voices, the community meetings, the petitioning, and the hard work of countless volunteers. This wasn't just about saving a park. It was about saving something more important, community itself. As he looks around, Zohran feels a profound sense of gratitude. This park will now be a place for future generations, a place where children will play, families will gather, and memories will be made, just as they had been for him. But Zohran knows that this is just the beginning. There's still work to be done, still challenges to face. The park needs to be maintained, and the community needs to continue to thrive. But he's confident that the spirit of unity that brought this transformation to life will keep the park and the neighborhood strong for years to come. Zohran steps forward, ready to speak. He's called for a small gathering in the center of the park to give a brief speech. The crowd gathers, and Zohran takes the microphone, his voice steady but filled with emotion. Today, we've done more than restore a park. We've restored something far more precious, our community. This park, this space, is a reminder of what we can achieve when we come together. It's a reminder that we are stronger together. It's a place where memories will continue to be made and where our future generations will grow up with a sense of pride in their neighborhood. He pauses, looking at the faces in the crowd, families, children, the elderly, people who had all played a part in this transformation. This is what happens when we believe in each other. This is what happens when we fight for what matters. We've brought the past back to life, and now we have a brighter future ahead of us. The crowd erupts into applause, and Zohran stands tall, his heart full. He's done it. The park is saved, but more importantly, the community is stronger than ever. As the evening winds down, Zohran takes one last look around the park, a deep sense of satisfaction filling him. The journey wasn't easy, and there were moments when it seemed like the odds were too great. But Zohran had always believed in the power of community, and now the park stands as a living testament to that belief. This was his victory. This was the victory of the people. Fixing the past, beautifying the future. Zohran smiles as he walks away, knowing that the future of the park and the neighborhood has never looked brighter.